All right, good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the final game here of the Minnesota National Bank Holiday Tournament Day 1, where the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Oak Grove Lutheran Grovers, are facing off against your home Pelican Rapids Vikings here on Channel 2. I'm Logan Knorr alongside Pelican Rapids alum, class of 2025, Brody Severson. How you doing, Steve?
Doing great.
Good, and so we are here just to discuss what is a highly anticipated game here. These Vikings, a really, really good team this year. They're 6-1 on the year, facing off against a very quality Oak Grove team here. What are you looking for tonight when you look at these two tremendously athletic guys coming forward here for both the Vikings and the Grovers?
Pelican Rapids has a great starting five, and Oak Grove, from what their record shows, the 1-2, had a nice win over Barnesville on Saturday, December 20th, 85-74. I think it'll be a great matchup.
And that's a great litmus test here. Barnesville is a team that Pelican Rapids is very familiar with. They get a win against Barnesville. Barnesville is always going to be a competitive team, and I know there's some people who've graduated from Barnesville, and they're kind of finding their identity over there to the west of Pelican Rapids. But that's a quality win from Oak Grove. We'll see what they can do against the Vikings here. Jack Welch wins the tip, and Ethan Eisenman, the junior, gets the first opportunity here for the Vikings. Gets it to Grady Larson here on the elbow. McLean Hovland throws it back to Eisenman. Miguel Torres, who's been the leading scorer for these Vikings so far in these first 7 games, gets it over to Jack Welch. 3-point shot, corner, no. Long, and it's not going to be contested. It goes out of bounds. Staring that one down is Aiden Saunders. We should have mentioned the starting lineups here for these Grovers. Number 1, Aiden Saunders. Number 2, Pierce Thompson. Number 5, Carter Koenig. Number 10, William Olson. Number 23, Noah Meidinger. It is Meidinger rolling down to the right, kicking it over to Saunders. Now top of the key to Koenig. Meidinger. Dribbling left. He's got a sleeve there on his calf. Takes a handoff there from Olson. And it is taken away by the Vikings. Torres pushes it forward to Welch. Now he was looking to get it back to Larson. Larson wasn't thinking the same thing. Here comes Saunders on the other end. He's going to take a push from Welch. And drew the contact there as Welch got put in a bad spot. Nice veer from Saunders. First foul on the floor is going to be 2 shots for the Grovers.
Yeah, Vikings, they want to push the ball out, get out going, and play fast. But, sometimes you just got to cool it down and take a couple dribbles up top, see what the defense is giving you. That time it costed them there.
Yeah, and well, you know how it goes. Sometimes it's like win by the chaos, die by the chaos. And in that time, the Vikings have died by the chaos. But there's been many times in which they win as a result of chaos. McLean Hovland tries to draw the charge, flying inside his Meidinger.
He was ready for it.
And there was no call either end here. Good defensive position by Hovland, but he may have been, I don't know if he's under the circle. I suppose that would have induced a block. So they just say not enough contact to be one or the other.
Maybe Hovland's lucky that it wasn't no call.
Yeah.
Can't really tell from up here.
Well, he's lucky he came up with no issues there. It looked like he took a shot, but the tough kid is McLean Hovland. Gets up, no problem. Nonchalantly tosses the ball to our official down here on the baseline. It will be the Grovers who will inbound it. Saunders runs over, stands on the P of Rapids down here at the baseline of the Rex Haugen court. Saunders drives left. Kick over here.
Great drop by Welch.
Yes, nice play. Help defense. He is the I got 2 man, as they say. Got the drop, and then it was batted around. A couple opportunities for the shot here. Now it's Torres in transition. No. So Vikings defense was leading to a good offensive look. Torres could not get it to go, but a nice look it was. And Torres thinks about it again. Now gets it into Larson inside. Right hand, and he takes contact there. And so nice play, Larson, staying in the core of this Vikings offense. Foul's going to go against number 5, Carter Koenig. First personal and team foul for the Grovers. And Larson, man, he's one of those guys, not the tallest guy on the floor by the program, but really the center of this Vikings offense.
Yeah, he's just a tough-working kid, and if he's driving to the lane, you better get out because he'll deliver a powerful blow, and he's going to score whether you like it or not.
Always been 110% in there, and now he's just gotten a little bit sizier, right? His biceps continue to grow every single year, and they look good in these retro new jerseys here that they have in black fresh order, Severson. What do you think about him this year?
I like him. No, I'm a little jealous I never got to play him, but no, I do like him.
Torres thought about a three, decided to push it to Larson. He tried to score up and under, and he could not get it to go. And in transition, they pay the price as Pierce Thompson slams it down with two hands, and that gets some Grover faithful on the far side of the gym all excited, and the defense claps. Defense, they chant. Excuse me, the bench claps defense as the Vikings now down 1-2, as Grady Larson's one free throw was all they've had, and the dunk from Oak Grove in 3 minutes of play, Severson. Very chaotic start, but not a lot of offensive production so far. Eisenman's three-point shot, no, as we continue to go back and forth.
Yeah, you know what? We got ourselves a game, guys.
Absolutely. It seems that Oak Grove has come to play indeed. Here's McLean. Hovland's going to get the ball from Ethan Eisman, and maybe they will slow it down a little bit. Jack Welch disagrees. He decides to drive hard left, gets it to the corner. Outlet man is Torres, and they continue to rotate it around. Nice. In his shooting pocket is Torres off of the pass from Welch. His three-point shot, no. Now he decides to gamble in the backcourt, and Saunders moves forward, and another drawn contact there by Saunders, and he's got some really good, he's a good knack for offensive positioning. He once again veered into his defender. That was Ethan Eisman's going to get tagged with contact and drawing the foul, getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, you know, the Vikings on offense, they are known for being a pretty good three-point shooting team, and when things aren't going your way, sometimes you get a little too aggressive on defense, and, you know, the past couple possessions, yeah, he's drawn that foul, and the Vikings, you know, sending him to the line. And
sometimes that just is the case of basketball. When you're shooting well, you shoot it. Usually shots go in bunches, right? You'll make three in a row, you'll miss five, and then you'll be 3 for 8, right? Yep. And that's just what it is. And so as for the Vikings here, they just got to continue to trust their game. And for Oak Grove, really good start by them, Saunders being one of them who makes 1 out of 2 free throws to continue to put the pressure on the Vikings. Eisenman's three-point shot, no good. Here comes Saunders on the other end, gets the rebound. His speed works around Torres, and now he pushes it forward now to Meidinger, is who has it. Gets a screen from Olsen, just takes one dribble back to Saunders, and now Koenig gets to Meidinger. Thinks about handing it off to Olsen, decides to go left instead. Inside to Thompson. This time no good, rebounded by Welch. The defense has won for both teams, really. Torres, his shot off glass doesn't go. Thought that was going to go down, hit everything but the bottom. And Grady Larson fights against 3 white jerseys inside, but it will be the Grovers who get it. Saunders, three-point look, good. As he puts 3 down with his fingers with some emotion. Saunders been playing with all kinds of pizzazz to start this game, and a 3-point bucket will give him 4 and 6 for the Grovers. Vikings down 5 on their home court.
Yeah, you know, Grovers came to play today.
Absolutely. Hovland's 3-point shot misses everything, and now a foul by Larson on the rebound gets Meidinger up and excited for his team. So Grady Larson with 1 foul. Jack Welch with another, a host of substitutions coming in. C.J. Fay, Sadiq Farah, and Roysum in for the Vikings.
Yeah, credit to Oak Grove here for really, you know, stopping the Vikings in transition and being able to really weather the Vikings' own storm that they're trying to create here. And, yeah, you know, you got a 6-1 ball game here.
Certainly commanding the pace so far have been these Oak Grove Grovers. Over here to Koenig, inside Meininger in the corner, going against the sophomore Fay. Certainly a stronger Meininger, decides to try and go against Fay, but good defense from the sophomore. Gets a missed shot in mid-range spin-around shot there. Now Meininger is going to take this way in transition as he stole it from Roysum. Nice cross pass over to Olsen. Looks like Welch almost got a piece of it.
I think he did. I think he did get a piece of that, and he may have knocked it in himself.
Goes in regardless. I think it was going in either way, and Welch smacked the backboard. You could have even called offensive or defensive goaltending because of the altering of the backboard or the rim in that way. Doesn't matter. Went in. This time Olsen up, and no shot. They're saying a travel instead is the call.
You know, they may have called that travel, and the Vikings will take a timeout here, but even that shot after the whistle went in, and it kind of seems like there's just a lid on the other end of the. There's a lid on the other end of the basket or the other end of the floor for the Vikings, and
yes, and so just how basketball is, right? You certainly have these runs, and the Grovers are certainly appreciating a really good bout. I think both teams are giving really good effort here, and they're fighting. The Vikings have exactly had a lid on the basket. That's a great assessment of these first 5 minutes and 45 seconds. So Coach Gullingsrud wants to talk things over here. He is assisted by Dave Rund, Derek Nelson, Adam Johnson. And so for the Oak Grove Grovers, they are coached by Kyle Card, Josh Kading, and Joe Welsh. So yeah, exciting start here with not a lot of score. It seemed like they were flying up and down, and without the nice plays from Saunders hitting a couple nice shots here and a couple buckets here and there. The scoring's gone cold. Grady Larson with the lone free throw point for the Vikings, and we'll try and walk things out. It'll be Sadiq Farah inbounding it to Eisenman. Saunders decides to give a little bit of full court pressure. Nothing crazy, but just a soft man-to-man stretch look. A little 55 full court, as you may say, or maybe not quite all-out 55. It's kind of soft 5. What do they call it?
Token defense, making them
nervous.
Make them nervous.
Ooh, jumping that pass there. Exactly. Ryder Soper. Nice play by him, fresh into the game here. That is a sophomore.
Probably not what Gullingsrud drew in that timeout.
No, but that is, when you look at Soper, that is a sophomore to kind of match CJ Fay. We look at CJ Fay, number 4, as a sophomore for the Vikings who has a lot of potential as kind of a lean, lanky shooter with.
As you're talking, Soper gets a steal and kicks it down the court for another 3 by Oak Grove here, and. I don't think the Vikings have really faced this type of early adversity yet this season.
Well, absolutely not. They've been this is an Oak Grove team that came in hungry. They are playing with some feist, and then Saunders is absolutely hitting. Soper comes in and brings a spark off the bench defensively. And so Vikings going to have to, like you said, they have taken a punch here. They are going to have to try and counter now. It is Fay dribbling right, finding Torres off of a double screen, gets it inside to Larson, but nice defense there by number 4, Zachary Winter, who has as they get it over to Larson here, and Larson's three-point shot short, no good. Rebound there by Winter instead. So Winter's strength here keeps Larson out of the paint. He has to settle for a perimeter shot, and now on the other end.
Great cut.
Winter, nice cut, makes it, gets it to go, and kind of screams with a bit of feist in the ear of Larson or whoever will listen here, as a battle cry is indeed Grover's. All kinds of energy right now. That's going to be a blocking foul as well. Count it. Meitinger.
Nothing going right for the Vikings right now.
Scores on Torres. Torres was moving sideways and created some body contact. So count it and 1. 2 points for Meitinger. And yes, it could be a 3-point play now for Noah Meitinger, the senior here. When I look at this starting roster here for the Grovers, they got three seniors, 2 juniors, a veteran team. And now Winter's going to get tagged with a foul. They also seem to have a deep team as they bring in a couple bench players who have created a lot of spark. One of them being Soper, the other one being Winter, that we've mentioned a couple times. Sadiq Farah now far side, one of the bench players for the Vikings, looking to create a spark. Nice find by Torres.
There you go.
No look to Roysum.
First field goal of the night for the Vikings, believe it or not.
Yes, and we are 7 minutes and 50 seconds in, and they finally get a bucket from the field. And
Good
now
steal.
Sadiq Farah is able to get a defensive stop, and he's going to move forward into the right hand. Good. So just like that now, the Vikings have back-to-back here, score, stop, score. And we'll see if that's going to get that momentum turning. Basketball is a game of momentum, as you know, Severson.
Game of runs, but, hey,
once again, Ryder Soper, the sophomore, making his presence known off the bench. The three-point look from him.
And that response is, that's one way that you can beat this Pelican Rapids team is, they thrive off the energy in their defense, but if you can come down and hit threes and those big shots and kind of kill that momentum, you might be finding yourself in a good situation down the line.
And that's what a great play by Soper as far as countering the jab, because the Vikings here were on their heels. They jabbed when they got that score. But then that Soper three really just changed everything. Now Winter on the backside, they beat the press, and then somebody's open on the back end.
Like we just said, basketball is a game of runs, and Pelican went on their little 5-0 run, and that now Oak Grove is now on their little 5-0 run, and with another steal, looking to make it 7.
Once again, Soper in the mix. Give and go here to Winter. So, that's Olsen inside, who was with that give and go from Saunders. And standing right on the end is Soper. McLean Hovland works around here to get it forward to Aiden. They were trying to get it inside to Aiden Zuger, and Hovland was fighting for position with the postman.
It's a good foul, because Pelican Rapids had 2 guys, and one of them can dunk way on the other end of the basket.
Oh, yeah,
way on the other end of the floor.
Back there here running in transition. So McLean Hovland, his work on the post there against Zuger was able to induce a turnover from the Grovers. The Vikings trying to make something happen. Eisenman passes up the three-point look, and they'll decide to get it over here to Hove. And down inside Jack Welch. Welch, able to beat Olsen. Tried to go up hard. I think he was looking to dunk, and just right on the edge of the rim decided to lay in, but he did not get it to go. Bounced off back iron, but go to the line for 2 shots.
I wonder if Coach Gullinger had told him in that timeout to maybe stop shooting from threes so much, because they've had some open looks that they normally usually take, and they've been looking to score from inside, and hasn't been the case, but they're still looking.
A really classic basketball principle that you need to always remember. As a good shooting team, it doesn't mean you should be satisfied with three-point shots all the time. And great threes or great three-point looks and kickouts are always great, of course. But never forget to try and get to the basket if you can get a lay-in. So considering that, Jack Welch aggressively goes to the rim, makes 1 out of 2 free throws, and here comes Oak Grove with a little bit less momentum than previous. Olsen looked to hand off to Soper. Instead got it to Saunders. Saunders was looking to throw it to somebody, but Thompson wasn't there. And there's another turnover. So Vikings are able to gain a little more momentum again as another turnover by the Grovers sends it back the way of Pelican Rapids.
Pelican Rapids scoring about 73 points per game coming into this. And they only give up 52. And, they've given up 20 here in the first 10 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, so they're on pace today to score 24 points and give up 80. So certainly not been the start that we're accustomed to seeing for these Vikings.
Eisman likes that spot, though.
Yes, that's that corner three that your teammate Charlie Larson made so famous over the years here in Pelican Rapids, and you as well.
Yeah.
And you
I like the corner.
You hit a lot of threes. Both you guys were some good shooters, and so, changing that, it's kind of had to be Eisenman to be the kind of guy to make up for some of those lost, the lost presence, that graduated last year.
Just the lost outside shot presence,
a little bit.
The Vikings are certainly still a great shooting team.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
But there are some shoes to fill, nevertheless.
Yeah.
But
that's enough. No, we're good here. So Eisenman hitting a shot, getting it now this time to Larson. Larson skies high and takes some contact here from Meitinger, I believe, will get called with the foul. But
one way a team can get back in the game is shooting free throws.
Yes,
the charity stripe.
Absolutely, and not only does that give you opportunities for free points, but it also kind of just, I would say, slows down some of that momentum. When things get chaotic, and it seemed like it was chaotic there with advantage to Oak Grove, they were able to, this is kind of slowing that chaos down a little bit.
Correct.
A little hand fighting there going on between Welch and Soper, but Larson makes it moot as it turns into 2 free throws good from Larson. He's 3 for 4 on the night so far. Vikings crawling out of that deficit. 20-11, they're down 9, 7:25 to go in the first half. McLean Hovland comes away with a steal, tries to get to Torres, and Soper's there. And so unfortunate Hovland with a steal. Thought it was going to turn into more points for the Vikings potentially, but
And Olsen just sitting, being at the right place at the right time, and being at the right place at the right time, and he was able to find himself a layup there as Pelican Rapids comes down and puts up another 3, and
can't get it to go. And here comes Torres, tried to get to Welch, and instead it was batted, and they just call a block there as it's last touched by Oak Grove. And that's Soper once again. We said Soper, right place, right time. Well, he's been in a lot of right places at a lot of right times. So there's a saying that says right place, right time, and then there's another situation where if someone puts themselves in the right place all the time, that means they're just a good player. There he is again, getting in the backcourt, pushing it forward here to Thompson. Koenig driving left. Welch there on help defense. Olsen, far side wing.
yeah, certainly. It seems like all those 50-50 balls where he could go either way, he just has a knack for being around the ball, and so far tonight he's won those 50-50 balls.
And he is the only sophomore that we've seen with significant playing time, and I think that kind of gets at how special they really believe this Soper kid is. And even though he might be he seems undersized, certainly on the, as far as his strength numbers, he probably doesn't bench the most on the team, but he's got some basketball IQ and some shiftiness as well. 3-point shot there from Torres breaks into his scoring for the night, which is what the Vikings really needed to see.
Yeah, you don't want to let him get on a hot streak, that's for sure.
That might be why Coach Kyle Card calls a timeout here. 22-14, Vikings down 8, and we'll take this timeout with him. All right, so we are back here in Pelican Rapids, and Logan Orr here alongside Brody Severson. How you doing, Steve? As we just the same as a minute ago, but I was going to say this is a really special holiday tournament. You kind of have noticed, you maybe have seen like the classmates that you have seen, the fellow alumni coming back.
Yeah, a lot of people. Whether you played basketball for Pelican Rapids, boys, girls, as it is a boys and girls tournament. You know, even some classmates of mine who did not play basketball in high school.
Exactly.
They're here supporting, and it's great to see.
Yeah, multiple classes from even when I was graduating in 2016 down to anywhere in this 2014. Miguel Torres, same spot, same result, another 3. That timeout was not going to keep him from being hot. So exciting to see Miguel Torres get cooking here. But across multiple ages, generations, we have people coming together here for this holiday tournament. Exactly what the holidays are about. Bringing the family together. We're here for it in Pelican Rapids, and when it comes to Pelican Rapids, the way to bring people together is basketball. So Torres, 3-point shot, brings that deficit down to 5. Vikings coming back in this one. Soper again, give and go off the inbound, good.
And you know this Pelican Rapids team, when they come down, they look for another bucket here. As being a really good 3-point shooting team, leads. You know, if team has a lead on you, those can disappear pretty quick, even though as it feels, Oak Grove feels like they should be ahead by more than just 7 right now.
Well, they have been playing really well, and the way that Soper's been playing, he's kind of like, just like, he's as cool as his baby blue shoes, dude. He's just like a sophomore that can ball, and so that give and go was a good way to work against that. But you're right, if the Vikings continue to shoot this well, they're gonna have to figure out the Miguel Torres problem now that he's hit a couple. You know, I'm sure that was the timeout. It's like, all right, this guy made one. Make sure he doesn't get another one.
Make sure you get a hand in the face.
I have a feeling that Kyle Card has to be frustrated that he got an open look from the exact same spot on the very next possession.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes Great offense will beat great defense, and Miguel Torres can and will do that to you.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes. And a lot of it is, you know, when you I was going to say good offense, good makes good defense, right? When your team starts scoring and stuff, you just have way more energy to play good defense and whatever it is. We'll see what the Vikings can do on defense here. Koenig, kick out here, Soper. Soper stayed in the game here off the bench, and he hits another one to go.
That's 7 for him right now.
Yeah, he leads or ties with Saunders for the leading scorer here for the Grovers. And, yeah, he's been playing good, and that's like a sophomore that's just played his way on the court, right? Sometimes you notice that too, right? When you're hitting shots, you're playing great. You were someone who had to share time, right? Gulling, as Grady Larson found himself way too open to be comfortable to shoot that.
Put a little razzle-dazzle and wanted to go for the reverse.
Go for the reverse, even though he was wide open. I think that got a couple chuckles from both sides of both Pelican fans and Grover fans. We're laughing about that one, but I would have been surprised too if I was Grady Larson. I would have probably missed that layup just from being too open. Saunders, no look to Soper. Can he continue? Anyway.
Soper has earned that green light from beyond the arc, it looks like.
Absolutely. He is the guy, and Saunders also should have that green light as he hits another three-point shot and gives a little bit of a shimmy with the chin, showing a little bit of swag on his end. Screen and roll as Roysum
looks like it
trips. And excuse me. They're going to call a foul here.
Oak Grove fans thinking he tripped on his own feet there.
Yeah, I cannot tell. Looks like so one official was about to call a travel down on the baseline, and then the official here on the far side called contact on the shot here. So Rice will go up for 2. That's against Pierce Thompson. Despite the jeers, the call stands, and Roysum will make his first free throw as Aiden Zuger will come in for the Grovers, and Roysum will shoot the second. That's a junior coming off the bench, Andon Roysum, who has really been a key piece to this year's team, as adding a lot of adding some new presence. He airballs that free throw, and there's some, I think, grown spectator across the way that jeered about that, but I'm not going to. I think there was something about, I think that went back to when the call, they were frustrated about the call, and then because he missed the free throw, it's like one of those ball don't lie type of jeers in the far corner. It happens to the best of us. We all get frustrated about sports from time to time, but we'll just continue going forward here. Meininger takes a couple dribble surveys. Soper gets it to the corner to Koenig. He goes around toward certainly a foul by somebody. Not sure it's going to go against Fay or
looks to be Fay.
It's going to go against CJ Fay. It was both Roysum and Fay that were running in for help defense. And 2 shots it will be. And I thought in continuation, I thought he made that, but I guess not. I was kind of wasn't paying attention. I was kind of watching CJ Fay hit the ground hard, and he almost made it here. Koenig's second shot up and good, as it looks like they are the Kyle Card bellowing commands from his far side on defense, trying to get his defense in order. A foul is going to be called there as Torres had the ball.
Yeah, Saunders, who they called the foul on, looks to be a little frustrated with it. But
well, it's important too, because Saunders has picked up his second personal foul now. He's been the point guard in this game,
He's got 10 points tonight so far too. So
leading scorer for the Grovers
for
and
the game.
All scorers. Yes, exactly. So important second foul here. He needs to make sure he does not get a third, as he stands next to the other number 1, Sadiq Farah. Tries to sneak backwards, but Farah's the soccer defenseman that he isn't going to let that happen too fast.
Not at all.
As they're going to wave that basket off, aren't they? They call, no, excuse me. So count the basket, but then on the rebound, it was a loose ball foul. Grady Larson on the rebound pushed, and that's going to result in bonus free throws on the other end. So single bonus coming here for Soper. Interesting call here. Not very often you see them count the basket, but then dead ball, no time came off the clock, and it results in a missed free throw from Soper.
Rebounded by Larson as well.
Yes. So no harm, no foul. CJ Fay had the ball open in the corner momentarily, but wasn't in rhythm to shoot. It kind of came at him at a weird angle, wasn't in his pocket at all. Torres now driving left, leans in, scoots, created separation there against Olsen, but then tried to throw it off a foot here. And
You know, sometimes in being a great rebounder like Grady Larson is, you might pick up a foul or two, you know, going through someone or just picking up a foul. But, you know, I would trade one foul for 10 rebounds any day of the week.
There are different coaching philosophies, and some coaches may say, why don't you use all your fouls, right? And so part of the playing aggressive means you may have to play, you may have to pick up a foul, but Larson certainly not afraid to use his fouls, and maybe did so there in an act of aggressiveness.
Gullinger subbing him out because he does not want to pick up that third foul before the half.
He has two, and that's exactly right here. 2 minutes, 37 seconds to go. Vikings go to the bench here, and that Jack Welch is back in the game. Excuse me, is that Ethan Eisman came in for Grady Larson here as he gets the ball. So they go small for big as it's Jack Welch and 4 guards out there. Torres, one of them. 8-foot shot up in mid-range, no. Went back iron, thought it was going to go down, but rattled out. And here comes Saunders, hot shooter so far in the game, and continues.
He is on fire
He's
tonight.
got 3 3-point shots in this game so far, 13 points now. Grover's 33, Vikings 24, blocked by Soper, but into the hands of Torres. Welch, 3-point shot now.
And Welch can shoot those. He may be a big man, but do not let him see an open look from 3.
Great look from Jack Welch here. He's a guy who really has added that perimeter piece to his senior campaign. Gets one to go there, and the Vikings needed it. They're down 6. Olsen look to shoot it up now. Soper instead will pull. I think Soper came off the bench as a sophomore because they're not going to let the sophomore start, but this kid has not came off since.
Heat check.
Welch tried to make it again. Instead now Saunders threw right to Eisman, and Eisman's shot was altered by Meininger. CJ Fay there on the offensive glass. Good. 1 minute, 18 seconds in what's been a whirlwind game. First, Grovers are up 13-1. Vikings have crawled back to a 6-point deficit, but these Grovers playing good behind the sophomore Soper with his 9 points. Saunders has 13. Saunders at the top of the key. Drives right, nowhere to go. Kind of guarded by his own man Olsen there for a second. Decides a quick pull. Oh, that was a little bit out of his rhythm. He tried to do a quick release and did not get it to go. CJ Fay's open over here. He's going to go up against Saunders, and nice calm reverse lay-in from the sophomore. Push forward Soper. I wouldn't call it a cherry pick. I just call it an outrun.
Yeah.
Gets it to go high
It's been a couple times tonight that
beat your man down the court.
That the Vikings have gotten burned on a fast break here, and they're lucky right there as I feel his 2 points might have been added to the scoreboard if that ball didn't get turned over.
Yeah, there was another one off and running here. Olsen tried to draw a charge. CJ Fay kind of jump stopped it right around his feet. I think made a little contact, and people were frustrated that there was no whistle. And that's something where we've seen a lot of flop warnings if there's no call on that. But I think it was a good opportunity for Olsen. I think he's doing a good job. I have no issue with someone trying to draw a charge. I'm serious. I don't mind that at all. I have mixed feelings about the flop warning. 14 seconds to go, and it's turned into dead quiet in here for some reason. 10, 9, first half of action. Welch, mid-range shot, no. CJ Fay goes up with it, and it's lost. Eisman's got to put it up. 3, 2, Farah, one dribble, no. They don't get a shot off.
Great defense from the Grovers, and paid attention. Ethan Eisman did make that shot, and those 3 points would have been huge going into halftime with momentum.
Shot came 1 second too late. Its 3 is not going to be counted. 37-31, Oak Grove on top of the Vikings at halftime. We'll take a 10-minute break here on Channel 2 and be back for the second half. All right, so we're back in action here in Pelican Rapids. The last game of this Minnesota National Bank Holiday Tournament, which is the second boys game that's happened here today. Earlier on today, it looks like the Underwood boys beat the West Central area boys at 2:30 p.m. is when that game happened. So the Underwood boys are waiting the winner of this game here between the Oak Grove Grovers and Pelican Rapids Vikings. 37-31, Grovers with a 6-point lead. And Severson, what is going on here? What have you noticed about this first half, and what are both coaches talking about here when it comes to what does Pelican Rapids need to do to bring some success, and what does Oak Grove need to continue to do if they're going to win this game?
If I had to guess, I think the Grovers going into halftime are, I wouldn't say grateful for the lead, but they got up to a nice run, and they survived the first half with the lead. And if you want to think of it as going into the second half, up 6-0 right away, and just go in and try to win the half. And if you win the half, you're going to win the game. And on the other side, I assume Pelican Rapids are also very thankful that it's only a 6-point game.
Sure, certainly, they were down 12 early. In the way that
I mean,
Oak Grove could have ran away very quickly.
Yes, you're down, and looking at the scoreboard, sometimes it's hard to visualize being able to come back. But looking at 6 points, that's a 2-possession game, and Torres, Eisman, Welch, Larson, Hovland, very easily two of them could knock down a couple threes here, and it could be a tie ball game.
Absolutely. It will be Oak Grove with the first possession here. Meidinger is going to get it here for the Vikings, or for the Grovers, into Olsen. Backdoor cut. Saunders tries to throw it to, I think, Thompson, but he's going to get pushed off. I think it was Hovland who pushed him here, so they're going to tag him with a personal foul. His second of the evening, and Saunders has been that kind of guy that they need to stop. He's got 13 points. And also in the game, is not in the game yet, but Soper has 9. He's a sophomore, number 14, who will likely get in this game very quickly. 6th man for the Grovers. This one is taken away by Torres. Throws it forward to Larson. Nice running play by Larson. Torres gave every kind of indication he's going to push it to the wing to Welch. Instead, no look, sauced it inside. Nice play.
Sauced it to Pelican Rapids' quarterback in the fall.
Yeah, that's a little inverted play. The receiver Torres threw it to the quarterback Larson for 6. JK for 2. Just 2 points. So, nice play. Hovland gets it forward to Welch. Welch goes up strong, but Meininger was there to keep it from being a
tough
dunk.
Finish.
Instead, it was a tough finish with 2 Fs. Not T-O-U-G-H, but T-U-F-F is what that was. And Welch now, I think, has, 8 points on the night, leading the Viking scorers.
And as I said before,
Torres.
Hit 2 threes, but it ended up being 2 twos, and now it's only a 2-point game.
Kid Saunders quiet the crowd.
He shut me up. It's
yes,
back to a 5-point game.
Yes, he did. What an answer there from Saunders. He's got 16, a sweet 16 indeed, as Saunders been playing really, really well tonight with the very clean, curly fro that he has. Pushes it forward to Thompson. Thompson had a dunk earlier in this game, and I think Eisman, knowing that, decided they were going to foul him before he got elevated.
Sometimes you got to make him earn it from the line.
When you're a short guy like Eisman, you know how it is. You go for the quick steal early, and if you don't get it, you hopefully don't get a foul call, or you get a steal, or you get the easy foul to put him to the line to earn it. And earning it is Thompson making the first free throw.
But don't let Eisman's size fool you. He does collect 5 to 6 rebounds a game for being how small he is. I mean, it's very impressive, to say the least.
He's got a very, very impressive vertical athletic kid as Ethan Eisman is. He's going to walk it up the timeline. Down 7 as Thompson goes 2 for 2 here. 42-35. Grover's up on the Vikings. 16 minutes to go in the second half now. We are in. Hovland over to Torres. Thinks about a shot back on the perimeter. The Vikings just continuing to survey on the perimeter. Now this time Torres has some space. Tries to throw it inside to Welch. Welch wasn't looking for it. Saunders gets the hand of it. Vikings need to keep a hand up against that man as he's thinking about a shot there. Larson now guarding him on the perimeter. That's kind of a mismatch on the perimeter as far as defenders go. Doesn't matter now. Saunders this side to Welch. One more time. Big V small. Saunders beats him. Almost scoops it in with the right hand. Instead, it's Larson with a rebound. Throws it to Hovland. This will push in transition.
I'd like to see the Vikings give Larson the ball down low a little more. like we said earlier in the first half, Larson, he will get to his spot and he will finish through contact. As I say that, they do get it to him, and he does finish through contact.
He has a way when he gets down inside to create the extension there, as he, like we said, not the longest body, but he is able to make space to get that to go, as there's an air ball on the other side by Koenig, and now these Vikings move forward here down 5. A similar spot they were in the start the second half. We'll see Torres into Welch. Welch across to Hovland, extra pass, now back to Hovland. Hovland would have been open for a shot, but he was at about 19 feet. Not a great spot to take a shot from. It would have been a long 2. Instead, kept it moving, and a foul is called. Welch drew it. I believe Thompson got it. It's his 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, that long 2 is considered, at least to me, one of the worst shots in basketball, you know.
Yeah, and that, unless you're Megan Guler, who seems to make it every time, but it's a 19-footer.
That's
yes,
your shot, but
sometimes, but yeah, statistically probably not the one to take, and that's why Hovland smartly moves it along here. As Larson almost pushed over Welch. That could have been an offensive foul on his own guy. We'll see CJ Fay here over to Ethan Eisman now driving baseline.
Ethan Eisman showing off that vertical.
And he's an offensive scorer that he's not a score first guy, like mentally, but when he wants to go score, he is so prolific. He gets a nice little layup there. Vikings as close as they've been since the start of this game. 42-39, 3-point game. A kick off the foot, Koenig.
Momentum shifting towards Pelican Rapids here.
Yes, Vikings here have won the last couple of possessions, and now.
But Oak Grove has been able to respond to it throughout the whole game, getting stops, and there it is again.
But Eisman's able to get it back here, so CJ Fay here moving forward, and as I think that's going to be off of the Vikings. Yep.
No, and they do get a stop. Pelican Rapids fans looking for a foul there.
Yeah,
ends up being a no call, and it's Oak Grove ball.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a nice knock by Olsen, I believe, and then CJ Fay was the last guy to push it out of bounds. And so good defense there from the Grovers, and they will get it back here, try to extend this lead to more than 1. And
tricky shot there.
Yeah, Saunders went in crashing in, but I don't think the Vikings were out of position for any defensive foul to be called. Hovland with a 3-point attempt. CJ Fay gets it instead. And now it's lost between his legs, and finally got by Larson. Spinning is Welch. Right hand, no. And Larson stepped out of bounds, but reestablished, they're saying, and this time it is over and back.
Nice try by Hovland to keep that as he's telling his teammates to cool down, let's slow it down.
I don't think they got that on the screen, but that was McLean Hovland in the back, or the far court here, putting his hands, both hands pressing down like a quarterback would do on offense to say, yo, offense is on the field, let's keep it down. The captain presence there from Hovland as he is able to be, he's subbed out after 4 good minutes of work there for the senior. Vikings 3 points closer than they were since the start of this second half. It's Saunders now. Got a screen from Olsen. Now this time refused it, picked it up and threw it to a rolling Olsen. Now finding Koenig. Extra pass, Soper. The sophomore's back in. Shot up front iron, no. Rebound by Andon Roysum, who came in the game for
Did not miss by much there. If I was out there playing, I'd get a hand in his face.
Yes, right on line as a sophomore. This guy has been dangerous. He's got the ball now in transition. He gallops in against Eisman. Oh, nice looking finish there. That one also rattles out. Now it's Farah in transition. Popped out of his hand by Soper. A nice play by him. Soper knocked it out, hit him on the jaw, and then snagged it, and a timeout's going to be called by Kyle Card. They want to talk things over here and just slow it down.
There.
Yes, slow it down.
You know, they got the steal, and pressure came quick, and sometimes coaches will call that timeout to save the possession and talk things over with their guys, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that time it worked. They called it.
Good move there by the Grovers coaching staff, and they're looking to settle the pace and continue to stick with the fact that they're leading in this game, right? They have won the first. Let's see. Let's do the math on it here. There's 5 minutes into this second half. 12:56 remaining in the game. 42-39. they've been playing well, and Soper's had a couple good looks here in these last couple of possessions. He got going offensively in the first half, 11 points coming in that first half, and we're wondering if he's going to get going again. He's a dangerous guy here. Grover's going to inbound it.
Yeah, Grover's coming into the night. I wouldn't put it past me to say they weren't necessarily favored in this game, but that doesn't matter to them.
That is certainly true when you look at who they've played. There hasn't been enough sample size to really know, but they're a very talented team, and their win against Barnesville proves it. There's no easy win in the Heart of Lakes Conference. Eisman shot no good. Roysum on the putback no good. Larson comes crashing in. Now Farah is going to end up getting a yellow card type of foul there. Not to bring up his soccer status as one of the best to ever all-state status, one of the best to ever play at Pelican Rapids. But flying in there to try and steal that from Saunders, he took his legs out from under him. And they're just talking things over. I don't think anything in particular, just wondering where to inbound it from. They'll put it in front of the bench. And it will be Olsen gets it to Saunders in the corner. Give and go again. One more time, Olsen and Saunders
Great
have a nice
contest by Roysum there.
They have good chemistry there on that give and go, but Olsen did not get that one to go that time. As Farah has some space, they're daring him to shoot. He is one of the guys that's not exactly the most prolific shooter. I wouldn't give him that much space that often, but we'll see what happens. I think
he can knock down an open look, that's for sure.
He can, but I know these Vikings, as far as if you're the Grovers, that's your strategy here, is you're going to dare him to shoot, if anybody. They try to enter it into Torres, and that one's poked away. So Vikings turn it over again. Here comes Saunders against Larson. Crosses a couple times, lulls him to sleep, gives it off to Soper. Olsen hits the deck on the weak side, and now a great backdoor cut from Meidinger. There's going to be a foul on the other end as he got position against CJ Fay.
CJ was in great position, but that pass led Meidinger just enough where he was able to slip it through there. And
that's exactly right.
Like how Oak Grove has played the entire night, they're drawing fouls on Pelican Rapids, and that's why they have the lead right now.
Yes, and that's a great offensive move by Meidinger to make that back door. And then once he did catch that ball on the great pass from Saunders, now CJ Fay is out of position to where that foul was called, right? Like,
yes.
It's a really good defensive. It's good technique from Fay to be in the gap, basically, right? And he did sink down, just a better pass, thread the needle. And that's what good teams do. Farah for three, rattles out. And that would have been that silencer, that one to tell them to give him some respect. Did not go. And so here come the Grovers one more time, up 5. And
big possession here.
Yes, threatening. This could be where the Grovers continue to add to this lead. As they do not, as the shot no good there from Zuger. And coming the other end is Fay, galloping in the lane, good. Nice finish through some traffic by the sophomore Fay as he provides a little spark on offense here for the Vikings. 44-41. Grover's up 3, 11 minutes to go in this game. Nice cut there from Zuger and Roysum. And Zuger's 2-point bucket off the bench is good to make it 5 points one more time. Farah. Open, tries to throw it to Torres. He kind of telegraphed that pass. That is not a charge, but it will.
That's what they call on the court.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking like that as an announcer, and I have disagreement from the coaching staff of the Vikings here, and I think certainly not a blocking foul as Zuger was in good position. Roysum kind of rolled off of him without much contact really at all, and Zuger went down like any good actor would and got the call. I have no fault in that, and sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. Vikings don't get that one that time. 5-point game, 46-41.
Soper gets the bounce.
Soper one more time continues to prove why he's playing as a sophomore. He's a dog. 23, Jack Welch over to Farah. They dare him to shoot again. Back iron, no.
If you're Oak Grove, like you said before, that if that's who's taking the shots from 3, you'll take the chance on that.
Saunders' 3-point has been good all game, but this time just short. Tried to get too smooth with it there. It felt like all the momentum was on the side of the Grovers as they've gotten a couple big stops and scored on the other end, got that charge. you felt the energy all being ready for the Grovers to just completely unleash with a Saunders 3, and instead a little air ball almost cooled things down for the Vikings in a good way. Welch has an open look at 3. He cannot get it to go. It bats in the air almost back towards the rim, and here come the Grovers pushing in transition. CJ Fay has to consider stopping the ball. Instead, kick to Koenig. No, and a push-off there is going to go against Winter as Zachary Winter tried to get the rebound and pushed, I think, was it Andon Roysum or maybe it was CJ Fay back to the hoop as he's trying to get that on the weak side, but that's going to be a foul.
Yeah, and Oak Grove trying to make a little history here. I don't think, at least to my knowledge, I don't think there's ever been a Minnesota National Bake Classic final that hasn't included Pelican Rapids and West Central.
Oh, usually the Vikings make it through the first round, but Oak Grove been playing great basketball here.
And as actually, Underwood did beat West Central earlier, so there's a little bit.
Yeah, there's a doubly there as Underwood got the little. I mean, it's not an upset, right? It's a changing of the guard of sorts. West Central's been very, very good for some time, and they're also trying to refine their program. I mean, not refine their program. Obviously, great kids, great program in general. Just you lost a couple of those guys. Ben Bai was a couple years ago, right? And then you also had the Dewey kids.
Dewey, yep.
Some studs down there in Barrett, in the Dewey, Barrett area.
The golfer now at Concordia College.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know. He's a Section 6A champion, I believe, in golf. But we digress, I may say. Saunders' first free throw was good, makes the lead 8 now. He's got 17 on the night. Second free throw also good. He's been dialed in. This man's been standing on business, to bring up an old saying. But as far as a kid being focused and in this game, I haven't seen someone show that type of presence in quite a while in a white jersey on this court, I will say.
Yes, he wants to play tomorrow night, that's for sure.
Absolutely. He will be playing regardless. It's just whether or not it's against West Central or Underwood. Torres driving right and jump stops, looking to get the charge call. There was Winter. Winter didn't get it, and he smacked the floor in distaste.
Kind of gave the ref a look there. A little bit lucky, I would say.
And now CJ Fay playing some hard defense there against Soper.
Pelican Rapids picking up momentum here from their bench.
Well, and there's kind of a little bit of just like some interesting things happening on the court. People flying around. There's contact. Torres trying to silence it. No. That's going to be certainly a foul from Eisman as he flies in. And
showing off that vertical once again, but this time it got him in trouble a little bit.
Yeah, contact there. As in good position, there was Olsen, and Eisman flew in and tried to snag it from him. And that's going to be bonus free throws, as the Vikings have now 7 team fouls in this second half, is only 2 for the Oak Grove Grovers. So, that's one of those things.
It will be crucial that Pelican Rapids does not continue to foul or pick up fouls, because, like you said, there will be free throws here on out after every time the whistle blows, not in favor of Pelican Rapids.
Yeah, any non-offensive foul is what we usually say. A loose ball foul or defensive foul will result in free throws. Olsen misses the first. Coach Gullingsrud wants to talk things over. 8:41 to go in the basketball game. Oak Grove 50, Pelican Rapids 43. As things are winding down here in what's been a late night at Pelican Rapids. 9:08 on the day clock, you might say, as this one didn't get started till about 8 p.m., but it has been a very nice primetime showing here. Vikings, maybe if you're a fan, you didn't want it to be this interesting. You were hoping to maybe be leading at this point, but exciting finish to this game. What do you think the coaches are talking about down there? Coach Gullingsrud, what's he saying?
I think he's telling them that they better get going. They better get going. Yeah, I mean,
better get going. Yeah.
I mean, there's not really much else to say other than you guys better get going and play like we have been playing and how we know we can play.
Yeah. Top tier analysis from us armchair quarterbacks up in the top walking track. But I will say, yeah, they've been playing good, right? It's just, can we get some of these shots to go down and continue to try and nullify the players, right?
And sometimes you do have those open shots and the play goes exactly how you want, but at the end of the day, the ball doesn't fall through the hoop.
Yep.
you're not scoring points.
The Grovers switch into a zone defense here outside the timeout to try and throw things off here. Weak side Torres is
And
open.
they do.
And instead they get it. Royce tries to go high-low to Welch. Torres had an open look. Not saying that that was easy to see, but especially with these long bodies of the Grovers. But
So, you know, sometimes coming out of timeouts like that, when the opposing team or the team that's ahead or any team for that matter, they will come out in a zone. Specifically, if Coach Gullinger would maybe drew up a play that was against man defense.
You know how it goes. You throw up the whiteboard. Welch gets a steal, by the way. You throw up the whiteboard with everything to do, like this is what we're going to do. And they come out in a zone. It's like, well, now we can completely throw that out the window.
Yep. And it's almost like the timeout was just a breather timeout, and not really a strategy one, you could say.
Exactly. Torres continues to struggle shooting tonight. He's got 8 points, three-pointer off the mark, top of the key. And that's something the Vikings really could use is a few really good shots from him. We'll see what goes on. I'm sure he'll continue to shoot. He is probably their best option shooting in general. But, yeah, continues to struggle here.
Shot about 40% from three last season.
Yeah, led the team in percentage last year. Welch, three-pointer. No, am I wrong in that?
No, you're not.
I think I was about to say, if anyone's going to get insulted by this, it might have been you, who is also a prolific shooter for these Vikings last year. So there's Zuger driving in right hand. No, rebound Welch. And that's going to be Zuger in the back end, just giving a little extra hack to Welch there, as it'll be just a third team foul. So not like we're walking down to shoot free throws or anything, but Zuger with kind of a one of those head-scratching fouls, 90 feet from the basket, as Torres takes a practice shot, has to get his shooting. He's trying to get shooting progression, free reps.
I would like to see Torres come in and try to get himself to the line. You know, as a shooter, you want to see one go through the hoop, and sometimes that's all you need. And the free throw line's the best way to do that. Sometimes all you need to see is one go in, and next thing you know, he's...
Ooh, Larson, that was almost the most athletic, windy reverse layup I've seen from him. Instead, he gets his own rebound, and it is Torres in the near side corner. Vikings slow it down a little bit. Roysum working out of the post, looking to spin. Gets a little dig from Meininger, and it's going to be a foul called against Thompson, I believe. That's
kind of one of his only moves he can make there. Shot clock running down, and Pelican Rapids needs to get buckets here pretty quick.
Had to get going. Thompson now with his fourth personal foul. He's been plagued with foul trouble this entire game, and Roysum's shot no good. But for Thompson, he's got to watch it. They're going to keep him in the game as an athletic big man that they really could use inside.
One thing to note about Roysum, he had off-season shoulder surgery that he's come back, and he's looking really good.
Yeah, it's been really good to see him. Tore his labrum in the last year's football season. Played through the year last year with those shoulder issues, and then decided to get surgery on it in the spring. And
that's right.
So he made it through football.
Missed a little bit of football, but he was able to play the back half of the season. And
correct. I don't think had any setbacks. So
he looks good as new, you could say, out there.
Exactly. Good to see him playing as healthily as he can play. Torres driving it inside, getting some contact, but legally so. Good defense from the Grovers, better offense. Torres gets it to go. 6-point game, 52-46. Grovers still up here, 6 minutes to go in the game. Thompson's three-pointer, too long, misses everything, but rebounded there by Olsen. Koenig against the Vikings 1-3-1 defense. Sadiq Farah running the bottom of that 1-3-1. Faye and Roysum trapping. And now a three-point shot.
Big shot.
Koenig. Bang. They needed it. They're playing zone. They shoot out of it. Huge play for the chess game that is. Vikings are probably not going to be able to play zone on this one.
Roysum can answer. He does.
Ooh, that's a big play from the postman here. Sending that letter right down into I don't know what I'm saying at this point. He is a postman. I've never seen Roysum shoot from the perimeter, but apparently he can hit a three if he's open in the corner. And now Meininger.
Go up and grab that board, too.
Ooh, dangerous there. Looked like Meininger was about to get a offensive putback.
Torres.
Step in three. Nothing but the bottom. 3-point game, 55-52. It was 9 just a minute ago. 2 threes by the Vikings, able to get right back into this one. Right when I thought that huge shot by Koenig was going to take some air out of the Vikings campaign. We'll see what Saunders can do on this end. Kicks it to Koenig. He's going to try his hand. Heat check. Back iron, no. Fight for the rebound between Torres and Meininger. He wins. Meininger does. Grovers get a fresh shot clock, 20 seconds on. Koenig over to Thompson. Thompson's with 4 fouls.
Oh,
Now
don't leave
Koenig,
him
another
open.
one. Off iron, no. Rebound, Farah. Farah gets it to Torres. And they got caught sleeping against Torres last time. They'll pick him up at half court this time.
I'm
Throw over to
sure the coaches of Pelican Rapids were not too thrilled to see Koenig open for 3 after just drilling the last
When he makes
one.
one, you're nervous to let him have another. Fay over to Torres, little flare screen, and he thinks about a 3. Will this time, deep shot, bang! And he gets the boys hyped up, and he knots it up at 55, the first time the Vikings have tied since the beginning of this game. Timeout by Oak Grove, and the crowd is all on their feet here. 3:48 in this game, 55-55. Wow. Miguel Torres hit a shot from 25 from the exact same spot, stepped into it, and then he got that flare screen, thought about it right away, decided to take a couple steps back. They didn't press up on him, so he pulled.
Shooters will shoot, man.
And we talked about how he had struggled, right? We said he was struggling.
If I had to guess,
he heard me. He heard me if you had to guess.
You know, they only made 1 going into the second half. And just like that, you know, about a minute ago the scoreline said about 10 or 12 points, and now he's got 18 just like that. Tie ball game, and the Vikings looking to pull off the win here, just in the nick of time.
We'll see what happens, right? And we got 3 minutes and 48 seconds to decide, but we got new basketball here, folks.
We do, but
May
if
as well
we've
be
learned
overtime.
anything, Oak Grove has responded a lot tonight.
They absolutely have.
Can they respond 1 or possibly 2 more times to this Pelican Rapids defense and offense? Really?
We'll see. Saunders with 18, Soper with 13. You have Koenig, who hit the big 3 here, just with 4. A couple other guys with 4, and that is Olsen and Meidinger. For the Vikings, Torres with 18. When we talked about him struggling with shooting, he had 8. So he has come through with a couple huge 3s there. Royston with a big 3. He's got 7. A couple other guys for the Vikings in high single figures. One of those being Welch with 8.
Grover's looking like they drew up a play there in the timeout.
Vikings back in man-to-man.
Get to the sophomore.
Soper against Farah. Farah knocks it away momentarily, and now Olsen saves it. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and it's going to be a nice finish inside for Koenig. Good. 57-55. Oak Grove up by 2.
Very easily could have been called a foul on Farah there, as he was in the restricted area.
Yes.
And you're coming over to try to draw a charge.
Well,
you want to make sure you get out of there.
Yeah, Farah in the perimeter as Larson able to get inside. Nice find from Torres. Farah was on the perimeter and almost got a steal, and then he's all the way back down under the basket trying to draw a charge. Great effort. Was in the restricted area, though. Could have been called for a block. Wasn't. Here comes Meidinger again inside. No, this time rebounded by Larson. I think everyone was running back. They thought he made it. It rattled out. So it's tied at 57. Now the Vikings have their first opportunity to take the lead. Their only lead in this game, it would be Torres, 26 feet, no. Getting too excited here. Larson inside, and Soper's unhappy. He's taking steps towards the official and saying I was straight up. And it's Soper, it's going against Olsen, not Soper. So maybe that makes more sense. Soper was not tagged with the foul, even though he was straight up. It was instead Olsen, the on-ball defender, who had some kind of a push underneath.
First lead for the Vikings tonight.
First lead, 58-57. As actually, it might be their second lead. I think Larson had the first free throw of the night, and then coming back over with the dunk. Remember, it was one free throw and a dunk.
Second lead of the night.
And now with Larson free throws, they once again take a lead, but this time with 2 minutes left in the game. 59-57 as a miscommunication in the Grovers as Meininger tries to throw it to Koenig, and they were not on the same page. Instead, he throws it into the bench. And now Coach, that's Kyle Card trying to ask for a little bit of full court pressure. Eisman over to Torres on the elbow. Gets it to a cutting Eisman inside the give and go. UCLA cut on the weak side. Gets it. A 4-point lead for the Vikings now. 2 possessions.
Huge possession here.
Yeah.
You almost need a bucket.
Soper
and
decides.
They get it.
Yes, they did get it. Soper, who's been quiet in this second half, gets a bucket to go. He's got 15 tonight. And I think 11 of them came in the first half, just 4 in the second half. We'll see if we can get heated up in these last 2 minutes. Eisman to Torres. Torres going to think about it. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Want a great look. Welch got stripped, I think. No, they're going to say it's a foul going up. I thought it was about to be out of bounds.
Sideline official noticing the reach there. Not the reach, but the slap of the arm,
Sideline official saw contact. And that's the call on the floor. Foul's going to go against Olsen. His second personal is also sent Larson to the line. So he's just got 2 fouls. They've happened in the last 30 seconds. Nice shot from Welch. Importantly so, makes it 3 points. And this could be a huge free throw here to make it.
Free throws. They win you ball games.
Exactly. And this could make it 2 possessions. So this is a huge look for Welch. Try and put these Vikings up by 4. Shots up. Good. Nothing but net there from the senior Welch as Soper gets the inbound from Meininger against Fay. Dribbling right, almost got a screen from Olsen. Kick out, 1 extra pass, Koenig. Eisman there to guard. Meininger against Welch. Kick out Koenig. Vikings with good defense here. Nothing open early. And now it will be Saunders inside dish. That's an and one look. No, it's just going to be, timeout called here. They're going to get the timeout. I shouldn't be talking too much. Meidiger finished with some contact underneath, so made it a 2-point game. Vikings fortunate to not be an and one opportunity. Minute 14 to go. Kyle Card gets a timeout in before the inbound.
Oak Grove has been able to answer this last 2-3 possessions where really they miss and Pelican Rapids comes down and gets a score. It could be a totally different ball game is what we see now, but 63-61 ball game, man. The minute 14, that's a lot of time left, a lot of possessions.
Absolutely. If you are either side, you're not worried about fouling yet or anything. You know that you have options, right? So what a great finish there by Soper inside, as well as Meininger right there, getting the job done. Meininger has 6 points on the night, but those 2 right there in that bucket, huge for these Grovers. Soper.
It would be big if they could get a stop here too, just not only because they're down, but there's this thing in basketball called a 2-for-1 where if they shoot it before, I would say 41, 42 seconds, they're guaranteed one more possession. And math says it all. 2 beats 1.
Vikings less than convincing, but do get it across half court before the 10-second violation. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Vikings trying to use all of it. Oak Grove not looking to foul.
Tough shot.
Torres, wow, turnaround 8-footer. Good, and that gets a couple of, I'd say, shake of heads from the offensive faithful. The Vikings fans there were surprised that he made that shot. What a high skill shot from Torres. Up 4 are the Vikings. Olsen inside from a dish from Saunders. I was about to say Saunders has been quiet in the second half offensively, but he's found some dishes to his boys. Without scoring, he's made a difference. Nice find to Olsen by Saunders.
When and who will Oak Grove foul as their shot clock is expired?
20 seconds and Torres gets smoked in the face, and I don't know if he got poked in the eye or hit in the nose, but he is on the ground, and I think it's the eye.
Maybe the nose, the way he's. Looks to be the nose as trainer Nathan Clark gives him a plug to. Oh.
So I think with this injury, Clark is going to need to go and plug his nose, make sure blood's not on the court. This is a very kind of a buzzkill for the moment. That is. I think Torres is going to be okay. That's why I'm saying this with my. I don't want to be flippant about this situation. Torres got hit in the face. I think he'll be all right. He might have got his nose or eye. We haven't found out for sure. I think they're checking for blood and stuff. I don't think they see anything.
Could be both.
But yeah, got hit up in the face area, and I don't know if they need to find someone to shoot free throws for him or see if he can go, but.
Pelican Rapids.
They're bringing out the spray. Yep, they're bringing out the spray. And, yeah, if you're Pelican Rapids, you want Torres to shoot it. But they're going to have to get the blood cleaned up. There's some applause to see that Torres is back. And so he will probably shoot these free throws. But 19 seconds to go. Vikings up 2. Bonus free throws coming. That is correct. That was a foul that happened over here on the sideline away from the basket. So Torres will shoot the 1-and-1 if he, well, all types of things could happen. If he makes both, that would really, really help the Vikings campaign here. If he doesn't, all bets are off and the Grovers can go running. Just the 7th team foul gives them all kinds of 1-and-1 options here. First free throw up, good. As a emphatic high five from his teammate Grady Larson. And staying cool as Torres, he understands how important this second free throw will also be. Bang, good. Timeout, John Gullingsrud, as fresh off a plugged nose. He gets all kinds of high fives, especially from assistant coach Dave Rund. Huge free throws from the senior Torres. 67-63, 19 seconds, Severson.
Coach Gullingsrud looking to be very pleased with the squad after that timeout with about 7 minutes left. And you asked me what he's talking about, and I said, just go out there and win. And they got a 4-point lead here with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, a really good turn of events, a really strong finish by these Vikings, and really putting these Oak Grove boys have been very prolific offensively. Soper, one of them, 15 points. Saunders, 18 points. Really had to find a way to neutralize them, and the Vikings defense did. They found a way to kind of keep them at bay, and then guys like Torres, Roysum really started to heat up offensively. Larson inside, and they started to find their groove. And so really good job by this Vikings team to make the adjustments and stick with the process and get clutch at the end.
Talk about one player who is clutch, and he may have only made 1 3, but Roysum making that corner 3. Yeah. You know, they really killed the momentum for Oak Grove, and Pelican was able to capitalize and hit a couple more threes by Torres in the following possessions.
Correct. Torres has been the guy that we expect him to be as a senior here. 2 threes, couple huge free throws there. And then Welch with a couple big free throws as well. They've needed every single one of those. 4-point lead for the Vikings. Soper working against Fay. Now Saunders, 14 seconds. Wow. Inside. Shot up there, no good. Meininger didn't get it.
Pelican Rapids
and
feeling very confident now.
Yes, foul game played. Eisenman going to shoot the free throws. 2 possession lead for the Vikings. So certainly a little bit more assurance for the Vikings, you could say.
Knock these two down, and barring a miracle.
Oh, well, yeah, there's been crazier things that have happened, certainly. But a nice free throw make there from Eisman continues to build credibility to this Vikings comeback. Second one short. Oh, they're going to have to go with a full court here. 7 seconds. 6. Kick over to Soper. 3-point shot up. Good. Timeout called. 2.5 seconds to go. 2-point game. Woo-hoo-hoo. Soper. Huge shot. Gives him an adult-type game. 18 points for the 15-year-old, or presumably 15 or 16-year-old. He's a sophomore. He's playing like a senior. And that kid, 6th man off the bench, pulls up from nowhere in Roysum's face. That is a solid shot there.
And can't really be too mad about that shot and that contest from Roysum. You know,
Yeah,
the last
you
thing you want to do there,
foul.
the last thing you want to do there is foul and send them to the line with 2.5, where I assume they'd try to miss it and try to tie this game up. But they will now be needing a stop really quick here, almost a steal off the inbounds pass, and I wouldn't put it past Pelican Rapids to possibly send a couple of guys deep and throw it deep, trying to catch the Grovers sleeping.
Yes. Grovers are out of timeouts here after this one. So if you are able to get the ball inbounded without a turnover, now you're feeling a lot better, right? But you're still in the single bonus. So the Grovers have 8 fouls, so that will be a single bonus free throw situation. Eisenman's going to take the inbound. He can run up and down is what the official is signifying. And they'll stay with this 4-wide spread. Last time CJ Fay went long. And a timeout's going to be called by Coach Gollingsrud, excuse me. So
must not have liked what he saw.
He wanted to make sure that they have the best look against this team here.
Football teams will do that sometimes, where they'll just trying to see what they're showing, and then the other coach will call a timeout.
Yeah, and the worst thing, I mean, you obviously do not want to give up a turnover right next to the basket, right? But you don't want to give away the ball, so it's not like it's in your interest to throw the Hail Mary down, because, you know, if there was 0.2 seconds on the clock,
right,
or like 0.5 seconds, it might be in your interest to throw the Hail Mary and just get someone to touch the ball back on your side of the court.
No, that's enough for 2 dribbles.
With 2.5, the thing is, it's just like, this is a 2-point game, so a 3 would lose the game for you. Are you going to give them the chance to catch it, take a dribble, throw a full quarter to win against you? You don't want to do that either.
And
you want to just hit some free throws.
And sometimes that basket right above you gets a little bigger in those situations. You throw it off the backboard, and now the Grovers have a chance to win it, you could say.
Yeah, just don't throw it away. Just don't turn it over. They're going to give it to Grady Larson instead. Eisenman no longer the inbounder.
Like we said before, the quarterback.
Yeah,
see what
the
he
quarterback
throws here.
With 4 receivers in the game.
And they do throw it deep.
Throw it deep, jump ball
and
to
it's
somebody. Caught by Soper. His
for
shot
game.
Up.
Good!
Exactly what you said you didn't want to have happen. Soper and the Grovers win by 1.
Wow.
In likely the most shocking end to a game I have seen in Pelican Rapids.
Wow. The refs are talking to see if he got it off in time. I think he did. And it's good. It's official here.
Grover 69. Pelican Rapids 68 in one of these games that I have a feeling will be watched over and over on YouTube. From here at Channel 2, I'm Logan Nord, Brody Severson. We're glad we could call that one. Vikings fall to the Grover 69.